Hello, you beautiful individuals. Today we are looking at, well, an interesting character to say the least. His name is Kenthovind. He is a con man, a liar, a thief, a convict, actually. And yeah, he is a major creationist and pretty much believes everything the Bible says literally and tries to indoctrinate people, children, to deny science and evolution mostly and believe in his creation nonsense. Now, mind you, I have absolutely no issue with any religion, beliefs, or lifestyles that anyone holds. But when you actively deny science and, more importantly, con people to steal money from them, that that gets me a bit. So yeah, we're gonna take a look at one of his videos where he tries to claim the Grand Canyon was formed in like a week or some nonsense like that. I don't know. Let's take a look and see what happens.
One of the biggest lies they teach the kids in school.
All right, starting strong with a lie right away. It says Dr. Kenthovind, and yeah, he is not a doctor. He has no degrees. He also claims to be a teacher, or was a teacher, but really he just lied to children in a church. Yeah, and just a great start from Kent there. Great lie right away. What a shock. Let's listen to some more lies.
Is that it took millions of years to make Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon formed in less than a week. Don't let them lie to you, kids.
Yeah, don't let him lie to you, kids. Just let me lie to you, Kent Hovind, the most prolific liar possibly of all time.
Grand Canyon's a washed out dam. Grand Canyon formed very rapidly. We had a dam right across here, across our lake, and several years ago, we cut a notch in the top, let the water start coming over the top. Within 4 minutes, the notch was 8 feet wide, and in 7 minutes, the whole dam was gone. Dams erode fast. Anytime the lake gets too full, it finds the lowest point, cuts a notch, and drains the lake. That's what happened at Purdue University. This huge dam was cut right across there, drained the whole thing in 15 minutes. That's what happened in San Francisco. This mountain range in the south and mountain range in the north, if they were connected, if you plugged up that gap, a great big lake would fill up in the middle of California. It got too full, went over the top, washed out San Francisco Bay, left behind the best dirt in the world, and probably formed that canyon 50 or 100 years after Noah's flood, and probably took about 3 days to make all that. Dams can break quickly. The Kaibab Plateau is about 45 miles wide and 60 miles long, and it's 7 to 8,000 foot elevation. It's like this big bump I made here. If this was the Kaibab Plateau, if you plugged up Grand Canyon, which cuts across like this, a great big lake would fill up behind it. There was a lake that went all the way back to Colorado.
Okay, so like I said before, I am in no way a scientist of any kind, not an expert in anything, but it seems to me that those examples you shown there were mostly dirt, and I'm in no way denying that dams break and form all sorts of erosion and little mini caverns and whatever else. But a 277-mile long, 6,000 some feet deep, 18-mile wide canyon that is the Grand Canyon, especially in the short amount of time that he claims in this video, which I believe is like a week or something. That's not only laughable, it's ridiculous. And see, I've watched so many videos of his now at nauseum to try to truly understand this individual, and I honestly can't tell if he is just an idiot or he is doing this purely to lie and con people for money. I don't know which it is, but let's keep watching this one at least and see how the rest of this goes.
Then it got too full, it found the lowest point, and it started meandering around, and it would start eating at the other side. Canyons always wash out from the far side in. So there may have been some obstacles it had to go around, but it would start off on level ground and eat its way down until it got down deep enough to be at the bottom of the lake. It drained the lake. It probably drained that lake in less than a week. And Grand Canyon today is about 18 miles wide and a mile deep, and it's a broken dam.
And it's funny, while you're playing with all this dirt and doing whatever you're doing, you don't just take a big slab of sandstone, which is sort of what at least the top layers of the Grand Canyon are made out of, and, run some water over it for however long you want. I mean, at you claiming the Grand Canyon was made in such a short amount of time, I mean, you could probably get rid of that entire stone in what, a week, a month at the most? This guy, I mean, he is just. It's mind blowing to me that people listen to him, and especially the amount of people that listen to him. And in his debates, he just spews the same nonsense over and over and over again. And somehow, people still find it appealing. And they still give him money. And he still is just a horrible human being that somehow people are blind to. I mean, the one thing I'll give him is he is a fantastic con man, possibly one of the best.
In the summer of 2021, we had a big storm, and this lake got too full. It went over the top right here. The water's running this way, and it started eroding this way. All canyons do that. The water goes this way, the groove comes this way. If we'd let it keep running, it would have eaten a giant canyon all the way back here from this little bitty pond. It does not take millions of years to make erosion like that.
Then do that, Kent. Not right there, but do something similar and show and make a however big 18-mile wide 6,000 some feet canyon. And then do it with rock, not just loose soil and dirt. But no, you won't. You'll just keep claiming nonsense, as always, and show this whatever this video is supposed to be, all because you want to try to prove the world is only 6,000 whatever years old instead of the billions of years old it actually is. So that way you can keep lying to your followers and keep stealing money from them.
Probably took about 1 hour to erode all that dirt away. During the storm last summer, the water came pouring out of the woods here, came right across our little road, and began washing out this canyon in less than an hour. Did not take millions of years. Once the water starts moving, it picks up speed, going downhill, and it picks up gravel, sand, and clay, and it becomes liquid sandpaper. It can eat out a giant canyon like this in 1 hour. It does not take millions of years. Notice there's all nice, neat layers here. The layers would have formed during the flood of Noah, and we just cut a canyon in it in real quick with one big storm.
Weird how you can actually see rocks in the middle of all that debris. I mean, you think they would just all be completely eroded away with how this guy tries to explain everything, but whatever. What do I know? And there it is. The Grand Canyon was formed in 1 week. Oh, wait, let me say it correctly. Probably formed in 1 week. He had to put that because, obviously he's not going to make it a complete statement of fact because he has zero clue. I mean, understand, I'm an idiot. I know that. But this guy, he is so self deluded. It is just mind boggling how he even stands upright without falling over from all the denseness that must fill his skull. And the rest of the video is just him showing examples of dams that have failed and, you know, caused some pretty major damage. It's unfortunate, but has nothing to do with the formation of the Grand Canyon. And if you really want to go watch it, feel free to go over to his channel, watch it, and make fun of him there. That would be hilarious. But yeah, that was it. That's Kenthovind, the con man extraordinaire, the one that believes the world is only 6,000 years old and evolution is completely false and science in general is just wrong about most things and the Bible is 100% correct on everything. But yeah, you know. Anyway, that was that was something nauseating to say the least. I definitely lost what little IQ points I have left just by watching that, and the rest of his videos I had to sit through just to try to learn about this unfortunate human being. I first actually came across him on a debate with Professor Dave, which was absolutely hilarious. Really big fan of Professor Dave. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, blah blah, like all that kind of nonsense that YouTubers are supposed to say. And until next time.